or a week ago. Wonderful show. It was actually one of the best shows I think I've done since 97, guys. You all know I've done Bronner Brothers since 1997. That's a really, really, really long time. I've done Bronners for a minute, and every year it brings on new things. It teaches me something, which I love. It teaches me patience. That's for sure. I learn a lot of patience from Bronner, guys, because you stylists, you owners, you all could be something else, boy. You hard on the system at a booth, but I love it. I want to talk to you all today about something, and for those of you all that this may be your first time watching, my name is Knowledge by Nikki with 1K. What's up, Chastity? How you doing? Knowledge by Nikki with 1K. So that's N-I-K-I. That's everything. .com, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Is Knowledge by Nikki everything. I have a real interesting topic that I want to talk to you all about today. And this topic was inspired from a Facebook person. I wish I could say her Facebook name. I can't remember it totally. But it was inspired by her asking me, had I ever considered going around to salons and doing a staffing class, a class that strictly deals with how to get, keep, and manage staff. This is a subject that, guys, I want to tell you, I don't care whether you're white, black, Asian, upscale salon, low-end, hood. I don't care what kind of salon you're in. This is a never-ending subject matter. How do I get good staff? How do I keep them? So I ran across something on Facebook that I want to talk to you all about now. Before I am going to do that, by the way, I'm going to start. It's a Getting the Staff You Want tour, and it actually will start March 12th. So you all keep watching me every morning, and she inspired me to do it. It don't take me long. I'm a quick action girl. Once you inspire me to do something, I figure out where I can do it, who can help me promote it, and I get it done. So it'll start March 12th, and it'll go all year. So keep watching Facebook Live, and I'll be able to tell you when that'll be. But this is what I want to talk to you all about today. I ran across, I don't even remember her name, it was just on Facebook, a lady talking about, how do I say it? I got to say the word right, hold on. How do I say ambivalent or ambivalence. It's a hard word to say, guys. And she was talking about ambivalent relationships. And I had heard this word, but I never actually knew what it meant. So let me tell you what ambivalent relationships or ambivalence is. Let's explain what it is. And I want to deal with this first for those of you all that salon owners, because before we can start fixing and helping you with staffing, you might have to do some purging first. You might have to get rid of some stuff first. So let me break down what this is. And she had an excellent way of explaining it. First of all, ambivalence is the state of having simultaneously conflicting reactions, beliefs, or feelings towards an object. And in this case, it's towards a person. It's what we typically call when you have someone in your business or even in your life and you have what's called mixed feelings about them. You don't even know whether you like them or you don't like them. You don't know whether they're for you or against you. You just aren't really quite sure what your position is with this person. Stated another way, ambivalence is the experience of having an attitude towards someone or something that contains both positive and negative valence components. That means these are people that will sometimes appear as they're for you, but they're the same people that will also be against you in another regard. So these are people that most of us have at least one in our life. They just, I don't know whether they for me. I don't know whether they, I don't know whether they like being at the shop. I don't really know what their position is. They're not totally toxic, because toxic people is easy. Once they're toxic, you can get rid of them. You know where they stand. It's pretty clear, and it's really easy to deal with people that are completely toxic. But let me tell you what she explained, and I agree with her. Ambivalent relationships or ambivalent relationships are the ones that cause you the most stress because they're what they call undefined relationships. You don't know whether they're beneficial or whether they have a disadvantage. So let me keep going. The term also refers to situations where mixed feelings of a more general sort are experienced, or where a person experiences uncertainty or indecisiveness. Although attitudes tend to guide attitude-relevant behavior, those held with ambivalent tend to do so with a lesser extent. That basically means they not all the way out the box, but they still got that little toxic relationship or toxicity that you really just not sure whether you should keep them around or whether you should kick them to the curb. This less certain an individual is in their attitude. Listen to what I'm saying. The more impressionable it becomes, hence, I'm going to pull over too because I really got to read this for y'all. So let me pull over so I can focus. Okay, because I really want y'all to get this, because a lot of you all that are salon owners that I've already talked to, you have these type of relationships in your shop, and they're creating more havoc or creating more stress for you than necessary. Okay, so listen, ambivalent attitudes are also more, or I got to go back, becomes hence making future actions less predictable and or less decisive. That means these people exist and you're never quite sure what they're going to do. So what happens when you have these type of people in your midst, you're on guard 24/7. You're literally walking on eggshells because you don't really know how to perceive this relationship. Let me keep going. Ambivalent attitudes are also more susceptible to transient information. That means moodiness, which can result in a more malleable evaluation. That means you just really don't know what to perceive it as. They're moody. Sometimes they are, sometimes they aren't. Listen, let me make sure I get this right. Explicit ambivalent may or may not be experienced as psychological unpleasant when it is positive, and negative aspects of the subject are both present in the person's mind at the same time. Let me give you an example of that. How many of us have people in our personal or professional lives that will be on the front line? I'm going to break it down even more. These are people that will give you money, but don't believe in your dream. They will literally finance a project for you, but don't believe in it really coming to fold. These are people that there is a part of them that they want to help you, but then there's another part of them that also want to see you fail. These are the type of relationships, guys, whether you know it or not, they can become so stressful that they literally can hinder your business or your professional life moving forward. I'm going to go to something. This is a really long article. I'm going to go to something a little bit, because I could read this forever. Y'all get the drift. Prior studies have shown a link to increased stress levels, high blood pressure, rapid aging, and other poor health conditions that are suggested. And you know the name for these people, right? They're called frenemies. That's what they are. Frenemies are ambivalent relationships that aren't fully good or fully bad. So we keep them around because there's a part of them that they become an asset, but then there's another part of them that become toxic. Yet ambivalent relationships are also associated, listen to this is the interesting part, with greater creativity and higher productivity, perhaps because they fuel a competitive spark. Let me tell you what also is the flip side of ambivalent relationships is that you can't fail in front of them. You know you can't never let your guards down. You know you can't mess up because there's a part of them that's waiting for you to mess up. So in one regard, they can become toxic. In another regard, they can actually propel you to be your very best. So we have to ask ourselves, How many or any of these relationships do you want close to you? There is a reason why you've heard that statement, keep your enemies close. They were talking about ambivalent relationships where there's a part of them that will keep you moving and keep you sparking and keep you growing, but then there's another part of them that you know you gotta watch. Now let me tell you something. Let me finish. I'm gonna talk about cortisol. There is a stress hormone. I've done a lot of studies lately on this because I think it's the most interesting thing in the world. You have cortisol, dopamine, serotonin, and oxytocin. Those are the 4 different hormones that your brain secretes in different situations. So let me tell you about when you're dealing with ambivalent people. There is a hormone called cortisol. Now, too much cortisol will kill you. Let me explain. Let me break it down. There are books directly related to this. The stress hormone called cortisol is public enemy number 1. Okay? Scientists have known for years that elevated cortisol levels interfere with learning, they interfere with memory, they lower immune function. You'll find yourself, if you're in these ambivalent relationships often, you'll get sick a lot. They increase weight gain, they increase blood pressure, they increase cholesterol, heart disease, and the list goes on. Chronic stress and elevated cortisol levels also increase the risk for depression, mental illness, and lower your life expectancy. This I got all out of an article that talked about ambivalent relationships. And we got some of them working right in our salons, okay? This week, 2 separate studies were published in Science linking elevated cortisol levels as a potential trigger for mental illness, decreased resilience. If you find yourself in a position where you just can't seem to get it together to function, to be able to do what you need to do, it's probably because you got a bunch of ambivalent relationships around you that make you tired. Literally make you tired. And this really happens in adolescence. In adolescence, because peers matter so much to them, it becomes really crucial. In adolescence, you literally, these type of relationships, and I did some studies, I didn't bring them all with me, have literally been connected to teen suicide. Literally. All right. Cortisol is released in response to fear or stress by adrenaline glands as a part of fight or flight mechanisms. When you get in a position and you don't feel safe and something isn't quite right, or you walk in your shop and you get what we call bad energy, that is really your cortisol levels increasing, letting you know that something ain't right. That's what's happening. They're letting you know that, okay, I don't know if they was talking about me before I came in here, or I don't know, you feel something, the energy isn't right. And when your mind and your body feels this, your cortisol levels automatically go up. Okay, let me finish. The fight or flight mechanism is a general part of adaptation, and it goes into who figured this out, but 1936. Okay, we got that. Y'all could do more studies on this, but let me tell you something. I will be 50 years old. I have made a decision. I don't care how much these ambivalent relationships can literally propel me to being productive and more competitive, and I don't need them. That's where I'm at. I don't need them because I believe they do more damage to you personally. I have watched ambivalent relationships kill a business. Professionally, I've watched it. I've seen it happen, and it happens slow, y'all. It's like a slow death. So those of us that are in position where we can make decisions, where we can choose or not who's going to be in our salons, it is imperative that if you need to know clearly where everybody stands. That means if you start seeing some stuff that's a little unclear, that's a little, I ain't sure, you need to pull them in. I believe, this is my belief now, this ain't study or history. I believe ambivalent situations should be called out. That's what I believe. I believe you sit them all down at a table and you call them out. I believe that is a spirit that if you allow it to take over your salon, that spirit will kill it. That's what I believe. If you call that spirit out, call it a demon, call it what you want, we're going to call this thing out. We're going to put it out here. We're going to have a come to Jesus meeting. We're going to sit around at the table. We're going to call out these feelings and this I call it backroom quarterbacking, and what is positive here, but it's negative. We're going to call that thing out. And let me tell you what'll happen. Those ambivalent relationships will get up out of your space if they know they cannot exist. A man cannot, you can't exist in two worlds. A double-minded man is unstable in all their ways. You cannot exist for me over here and against me over here. For me, it doesn't work. And I'm telling you, I've watched salons that had the potential to be great, to be successful, die because they have all these ambivalent relationships where you got people, you ain't sure whether they for the salon, against the salon, for you, against you, and you let them stay. These relationships will kill your life professionally. They will kill your life personally, and you have a choice. I will work by myself before I allow these type of relationships to exist. You have a right in your, if you in an ambivalent marriage, if you in an ambivalent boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, it is time to either fix it, come to the table, see if we can get some clarity, or it's time to move on. Period. And amen, Wanda Jones. Yes, it is. I am constantly hearing from my salon owners, my stretch team, all of you all about, look, it's stuff just ain't right. I got these people in my salon. They ain't quite working, but I can't afford to not have them. Let me tell you, you can't afford to keep them. You can't afford to keep them. Part of staffing and part of being able to get the correct staff is, first, we got to learn a lot about a person's character. Character matters more than skill. If they got a little bit of skill, we can help cultivate the rest. But character, you cannot change unless they want to change it. Only God could change a man's heart. And that is what you have to understand. So in that being said, a lot of branding. I talked yesterday. I just want to get that out. But in doing this staff, I'm going to do a staffing tour. Okay? I already got about 12 salons set up. I'm going to do a staffing tour. I'm going to go around. We're going to get this staffing thing together. It's not really that hard. But the first thing you got to know is what you about. What are you representing? What is your brand? What is it that you need in this place to fit your vision? You got to come up with a vision. You got to have solid filtering mechanisms to be able to extract out of people what you need, what you don't need, and you gotta be willing to wait on the right people to come. That's why it's so imperative that your salon does not only function on servicing. It needs to function on retail. It needs to function on, I have what's called the new salon blueprint. You got part-timers in there, people that fly in, let them work. You got people that just want to use your salon for a week to do a wedding party. You got all kind of other, you using it for education, you using it for classes, you using it for shows if you got a salon big enough. You got to have a lot of balls in the air when it comes to running a salon, so you are not a hostage to only being able to deal with stylists or commission or booth renter that are not what you need just because you need them to pay the bills. We have got to fix this. I did it. I will show you how to do it. It isn't really as hard as you think, but you got to be committed. And the biggest thing is, before you can fix something or before you can add, you must subtract. You must get rid of some stuff before you can add. Now, if y'all already did that, good. We work with a clean slate. Wonderful. Okay? So this is something I will be starting this March 12th. I talked to several people. Actually, my stretch team, those of you all that are in my stretch program, I want to come and do the class at your salon. So we'll be talking later today. I'm on my way to the doctor, so we'll be talking later today. But this is something that when I ran across it couldn't have been more perfect for where my mind was, because I said, you know what? It's a lot of ambivalent relationships around here, and that's why we can't move. They become like weights. Just imagine walking around all day with weights on your ankles. Just imagine that. You walk around all day with weights on your ankles, guaranteed they're going to slow you down. They mess up your thought process. As a salon owner, We're trying to help my team and also some of the other people that I'm going to bring on. We're trying to help you all get the salons together, be more profitable, have more things, have more desirable things that people want to come work for you. And you can't do this when your mind, you heard it say it messes with your memory. You can't even think straight because you got these ambivalent relationships or ambivalent staff members in your salon that they're the ones that are hosting people coming in, but as soon as the people leave, they'll talk about them. I don't know if you all remember, this is, I'm going to finish here. Anybody remember Living Color? Old enough to remember Living Color. And you remember, what's her name that used to sit in the window? And she used to, Miss Benita. That was her name. And Miss Benita would say really great things about the lady down the street or across the street. And then 5 minutes later, she'd turn around and say, but she got 20 daddies to her kids, and she would talk about it. She'd love her and then talk about her. And then what would she say? But you ain't here for me. That's also what ambivalent people do. They don't own up to nothing they say. When you call them out, they'll swear they didn't say it. Yes, you did. Yes, you did say it. I say if you got them, if you think it's salvageable, sit them down, say, look, this is what I see, and I don't like it. So we're going to bring some clarity to this thing so I can clearly know where you stand, you know where I stand, we get this thing together. That's exactly what it is, Juan. It's like this love-hate thing. But I'm telling you, it will hinder, it will kill your business. You got to call that thing out, and then if it can't be fixed, you got to get rid of it. It's just that simple. We don't need no Miss Benitas. For those of you all that remember Living Color, I don't need you to love me over here, but then as soon as I turn my back, you're talking about me. And you're doing everything you can to sabotage my business. Those are what you call, they sow seeds of discord. And they sow these little seeds here and there. Let me tell you what's amazing. I've watched it happen. I have watched these people turn even people who were full-fledged supporters of you. I have watched these people even turn them. If they get in their ears enough, they will literally even change the minds of those who are totally for you if you let them stay around too long. Y'all share this video because I want everybody to get this. I'm at the age, it ain't even an option for me. It ain't even an option for me. Please share this with everyone everybody. I ain't gonna even say that nothing because most people, if they don't have them anymore, it's because they got rid of them. And you got a lot of people that's sitting because they need to rent or they scared because it's my sister or I don't care. I fired my own mama and my mother is my absolute best friend. I love her. And my mother was tripping. I said, baby, I'm gonna have to love you from at home. You have to protect your baby, which is your business. All right, y'all, I gotta go to the doctor. What time is this? 8:22. You all have any more questions on this? You all can text me. You know I have a designated text line, 708-798-7900. I got y'all, I'm on fire because I'm well now, so my brain is full. So y'all come 8 o'clock in the morning, every morning. I got some good stuff because I was sick all last month, and I'm good now. So, look, I put on some makeup today. I normally just put my glass. I feel real good. I'm just going to the doctor for some regular checkup stuff. So, God is good. So, you all text me. Any more questions on that? If you want to find out where I'm going to be for this staffing tour, I got the list. I'm just getting the stuff printed out. Hey, Jana, I'm so sorry we missed it. That's all right. We'll do dinner real soon. And congratulations on the new job. So, text me again, 708-798-7900. Y'all share this with everyone so we can get rid of stuff. Just remember, you got to subtract before you add. It's just like when you're cleaning out your house. Before you start going buying new furniture, you got to get rid of old furniture. Before you start buying new clothes in your closet already like this, you need to get rid of some of that other stuff. Part of growth is subtracting as much as it is adding. So, all right, I got you all. Peace out. On my way to the doctor. Please share this with everyone. I'm back on 8 o'clock. Everyone, I had to figure out what I was going to talk to y'all about today. I had so many subjects. So I'm on fire. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.